Hello there, Padawan learners, Jedi Masters, and lore legends. Welcome to the Bendu podcast, where we talk all things Star Wars.
What's up, guys, and welcome everyone to episode 6 of the Bendu podcast, where we seek balance in the Force. I'm Mulehorn Woman 7, and we have our other hosts here with us tonight, Nate Johns. What's up?
Hey, everyone.
We got N64 Josh.
What's going on? I'm here for Ray's mom.
That's once. That's one time he said it. We were talking before the podcast. We need a Ray's mom counter. So, and Nightcrawler, what up, bro?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you.
Yeah, baby. Well, guys, we got lots
of... Is that Sandcrawler coming at you?
What were you showing us before we went live? You had a lot of really cool stuff. I want to see this. So for you guys that aren't...
I got some new friends for my birthday last week.
Let me see this.
I got a Lothcat from Build-A-Bear and the Jawa from Build-A-Bear.
That's the first time they've left his bed.
5 different noises.
The first time they've left his bed since last week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. Disney's been killing it with the Build-A-Bear stuff.
That's awesome, man. I love it. So yeah, we got lots to talk about tonight. We're going to be spending most of the time probably talking about this poster that's now, it's official. It's from Disney. We're going to be talking about that Grogu Luke Skywalker poster. We're going to go over a few more things there in our rumors and news. We got a fun question for the podcast, as always. We're going to break out some old EU for this question. And then, of course, Nate's Lore Corner. And then we got to talk about the Bad Batch finale because it was amazing. We got to talk about that.
We have 2 more left.
That wasn't the finale yet.
That wasn't the finale? I thought it was the finale. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. I seriously thought that was a finale. Oh my gosh.
Like a month's worth of shows to talk about.
Dude, I was like, no, they can't end this way. I really thought it was a See, this is what happens when you go on vacation. You lose track of things. Oh my gosh, that makes me feel so much better. Well then, we'll talk about the next to last batch episode. So guys,
can we talk about how we're going to crowd fund? We want to do the show live from the Galactic Cruise. Is that what it's called? Or the
mortgages on houses?
Oh,
or what, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to hear the show live from a Galactic Star Cruiser, I'm going to go as Ray's mom. Crawler's going to be Ray. Right. And
they have the outfits there. I'll buy one there. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, that's GoFundMe.com/Bendu podcast.
I was say,
there we go.
Well, have you guys seen the pricing, the official pricing?
Like $2K, something like that, right?
It's by per person per night, and the prices change based on how many occupancy room you have. So the stays at the Star Cruiser are, I think, max 2 nights. It's it's like a old school lock-in type experience. I think they let you out for a day excursion to the Star Wars part of the. I'm assuming maybe they let you go to the whole theme park. I don't know if they just let you go only to Batu, but they let you out to go for the day to the park, but then you're back in like an immersive experience or whatever. But for a 2-person occupancy room, $1,209 per night, per person per night.
What?
So
per night?
For the whole voyage for 2 people, it is $4,809.
That's GoFundMe.com/Bendu podcast.
I'm going to go set that up right now.
If you have one youngling with you and you want to go, it is $889 per person per night for a grand total of $5,299. And a 4-person occupancy room is $749 per person per night for a grand total of $1 shy of $6,000.
They better be taking me to space.
Oh
what if you what?
What if the youngling is killed by Anakin during the?
You probably get a discount then.
Okay, cool.
You can't die in a
That's the
Disney park.
Skywalker.
They pronounce you dead outside, so nobody dies in a park.
Oh my gosh, man! Wow.
I would haunt that place as a Force ghost.
I mean, for that price, they need to take me to outer space. I better be like,
Yeah, with
right.
that. I would hope they do like something. I don't know what's all baked into that, but I mean, I think your park pass is baked into it, but still, Disney's becoming unattainable for a lot of people.
there's no way. I mean, I've looked at prices for my family. You know, 4 kids, me and my wife. Like, it's okay. That's like that's quite a big chunk of change when you factor in flight, hotel, like everything, food. It's like
You
I
don't
guess
need 2 kidneys to live.
So what?
Disney, can you help a guy out? Yeah.
I'm banking on Grandma and Grandpa funding something here sometime in the near future once all my my
Wait.
little ones are old enough to appreciate it.
Okay, I was thinking like, are you looking at like an inheritance or something?
That was my first thought too, the way you said that.
I was like,
As soon as Grandma's dead, we're going to Disney, kids.
Grandma died and paid for Disney on a shirt.
Yeah, as soon as Grandma's dead, we're going on vacation.
Oh my god!
Just with mouse ears and a lightsaber, like waiting for Grandma to die.
Oh
Sit
my,
down, let's go.
oh my gosh!
We're gonna take her ashes. Don't worry.
People do
We'll
that
buy her a
in the
lightsaber.
Haunted Mansion, right? I guess they try to
Yeah.
spread ashes in there.
I mean, you could buy her a lightsaber. Maybe that would
Yep.
help. Yeah. Oh my god!
Poor Grandma.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's way too expensive, man. How much was it again?
$6,000 for 4 people.
Oh my
40,
God.
45, I think it was like 45 for 2 people.
Yep. That's yeah.
$4,809 for 2 people.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
No,
are
no way.
proud of their product.
I
And they
think
know
that
they
price
can
will
get it
have to
done.
come down. I mean, yeah, they know people can do it, but I think that price is going to have to come down, man, because that is a lot.
I mean, maiden voyages, all that kind of stuff will sell out on that thing, but maybe it'll wean a little bit. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
There's always someone willing to spend that much.
true. Yeah. Okay, so that was interesting. So Grogu and Luke poster, it's official. It is official. For you guys that can't see the link that aren't watching the YouTube, let me describe it for you. Basically, it's a picture of a young Luke that has, about the same age when he rescued Grogu. And Grogu is basically building a lightsaber, and it's got a yellow crystal. So, whoa. Nightcrawler, I know you've been like salivating to talk about this, bro. So,
Yeah, this
What-
was I think the poster came out like on my birthday, I think on July 24th. So
July,
it was it was officially released by Disney for Comic-Con, I believe.
Yep.
And the biggest thing is it like puts out there that Sentinel, like, well, I guess Sentinels aren't officially canon anymore, even though there's Sentinels
Wayfinder.
even though that Sentinels are present in like the prequel trilogy, like they're there.
Yeah.
And Temple Guards are a form of Sentinel, so it's gray area. Maybe if Filoni
Oh, like
has
Grey Jedi?
if Filoni has his
Ooh,
way,
that was
he'll
good.
probably get it back in there officially somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, Ray
it's-
has a yellow one.
Ray has a yellow one as well.
Yeah, it's Ray's mom's lightsaber.
Luke did in the comics for a little bit. So, Josh, that's like what, 4 times in a row right there.
at least no.
You,
We're
you
only
shouldn't have
like
told
2
me it was a
minutes in.
drinking game.
It's only at 3.
I only got water with me right here. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Crawler. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, who knows what we're gonna see in Mandalorian season 3? I think that's the most exciting part of this is are they gonna split and we're gonna have some, because I think we were talking about this last episode. Are we gonna have split time with Grogu and split time with Mando, and then they reconvene, like they find a way back together or something? Who knows? But it's just showing that he's going to get his lightsaber training, and it's a yellow crystal that just opens up a whole lot of legend stuff to become canon.
It's Dave Filoni, man. He's doing his work. He's doing his magic. He's doing his Dave Filoni
Do
magic.
we even care about Mando at this point after this poster? I mean, let's be honest. Lightsaber or Mando and Luke? I mean, bye, Mando.
Wow, that's so harsh, Josh. I care.
I mean, what can I like? I don't know. I don't
What
know.
if it's
I
just
guess
a
Mando
poster?
does have a lightsaber now, though, so that's interesting. I just want more lightsabers. Okay, that's it. I just want more lightsabers. So there you go. And I want to see
Yeah.
little Grogu and Luke sparring. Like, can you imagine the Force? Like, he's just like, no, kid. Like, it's literally just like a ragdoll. Like, takes no effort. He's like, sorry, the child. You're
Like,
get out of
yeah.
here.
Yeah. I'm excited, dude, because like, what if this means Grogu is going to go back and help Mando? Like someone's trying to take the dark saber from him or something, you know? And
He
so
doesn't want the
Grogu
Darksaber.
shows up and is like, "Psh, what's up,
I mean,
dude? You know?
After he has it for a while, maybe he'll grow attached to it.
Yeah. Or
He
maybe
didn't
like
want Grogu at first.
he can't give it away. Like he tried to do that. So he has to like hold the mantle. There we go. Of Mandalore, you know, like he is the Mandalore now. So I don't know. I mean, but Josh, you're right, dude. Like all I think about now is Luke and Grogu on that poster. Like,
What if it's just a poster?
I just wish Grogu was riding Luke's back, so it could have been, you
Oh
know, just
my
like a little
gosh.
throwback, like, you know,
wow.
seagulls, stop it now, you know. Remember?
Poking my head, not fun. Now we gotta sing it. No.
But here's what's gonna be interesting though. Grogu has moved like Yoda through this entire like. You notice how like the young child moves like a very old Yoda, but then Yoda in like the second episode 2 was like, and then episode 3 like the budget's gonna go up if Grogu's gonna be fighting with a lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
And
True.
CGI.
I mean,
or puppet.
yeah, it's got to be CGI at that point, and I'm all about it. I mean, like the best part of episode 2 is watching Yoda flip around with his lightsaber. Like that was like
Yeah.
the only thing that saved that movie, you know?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
There's a lot to save that movie.
I don't even
I
know if
liked
saves the
it.
right term. That was the only thing that like made that movie like it was like if you wait till the very end, there's something good.
I mean, the whole
stuff with
Jedi fight scene
Obi-Wan
was good. Yeah, Obi-Wan was good, and the
I mean,
whole
the Geonosis, like the arrival of the clones, was pretty epic.
yeah, that was really good.
When Slave One chasing Obi-Wan with the seismic charges,
Well,
that was
yeah.
also like that was when I would always show off my surround sound to everybody. They'd come over and I'd like turn it all the way up, and they were like, yeah,
Yeah,
And now you can do that with Mando instead.
yeah.
it's true.
That's
Yeah,
why you
very
need
true.
to care for Mando and not just Luke, Josh. Okay,
Well,
I'm-
for Book
I'm
of
sorry.
Fat.
we're gonna get you a shirt that says "I love Mando as much as I love Luke," or "I love
I'm
Mando
waiting for
too."
Mando to die just like Grandma. That's what it should say.
But yeah, you brought up a good point though, Nightcrawler, about the Sentinel, man. I mean, it feels like Filoni, like you were saying, it might be the pivot point where you're getting more EU back into canon. And there was like 3 different classes, I guess mostly from KOTOR, but it was in EU as well. But like you had the Consular, the Guardian, and the Sentinel, and the Sentinel was kind of like the Jedi Guardians, the Sentinels that guarded the Jedi Temple. So it was kind of lore. So, I mean, and Rey, she has a yellow lightsaber. So, I mean, probably Rey's mom too. But
That's 5.
that's 5. That's 5. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Do you think so? Let me just back up a little bit. There is this new thing that came out. It's called the Jedi Wayseeker or Finder.
Wayseeker.
Wayseeker. That's it. I think I put Wayfinder in the title of the YouTube. So sorry, I'll fix that. But yeah. But yeah, so it's apparently like it looks like basically reclassifying the Jedi Sentinel. It seems similar at least to that.
Well, it's almost maybe looking on Wikipedia. It's based mainly out of the High Republic stuff that's coming out now. So maybe it's a precursor
Yeah.
to the Sentinel.
I mean, I could see different eras having different names for
True.
the types of Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's just really interesting, like all this new info that's coming out. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It's coming from the High Republic, Into the Dark,
Like comics mostly.
High Republic 7, 8, 9, and Out of the Shadows is where it's mentioned as well. So, let's see. It said here's what's interesting though. That kind of is getting me like, are they trying to like throw in Gray Jedi now? They said they operate independently of the Jedi High Council and its dictates.
They're dark white Jedi or light black, either whichever way you want to look at it.
Sounds like they're specters.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it, kind of a weird, like I don't know.
Doesn't mean they're not Jedi. It just means that they're not governed by the Council's rules. And that's just I would say it's more like they're special ops almost.
So almost like Quinlan Vosk,
which is what Sentinels were.
Yeah.
I mean,
like Quinlan Vosk.
You guys started talking about Sentinels, and I thought we were getting an X-Men crossover.
Oh my god, Josh! Oh, what are we gonna do with you, sir?
I don't know. Probably force choke me to death.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's making sense. What you guys are saying, it's probably precursor. I didn't think about that at all, so makes sense.
I mean,
I would
the
really-
High Republic's throwing a lot of stuff at us too. Just in general, I'm partway through the second book, and it's just there's so many Jedi at that point. There are thousands.
How was the?
So-
Didn't you read the first one, Nate?
I like the first one. They're
Okay.
the books are dense, but they're good. There's just so many different characters to try to follow.
I would say I have the first one. I haven't read it yet. But
I
did
finished the
pick it up.
first one. I started the second one.
Yeah.
They have a pretty cool like overarching villain though, who can like
Well, and-
tunnel through hyperspace in different lanes and
Yeah.
Well, and like the whole writers group, like before this all started, it's like 20 something people of artists and
Mhm.
storytellers and authors, and they all convened at Skywalker Ranch, and like they storybooked like all of the stories and how they wanted to do it. So they did that. They learned their lesson from the sequels, and they decided to actually put a roadmap together and plan stuff out and not mess it up. So it's a very cohesive, intertwined, like even with the kids books and the young adult books and the comics and the adult novels and all that kind of stuff, it's all cohesive and same characters together. And then they put out a little while ago, they put out masters and padawans and council members and all that kind of stuff. Yoda's the only kind of constant that ties us back into the Empire era and Old Republic, but it's just very cool to see that they care to put together thought process into planning it all out.
And even
Yeah.
with Yoda, they've at least in the books that I've read and started to read, they've kept him very much on the sideline. Like he just kind of mentioned in passing. So he's not a big focus or anything. And the other connection is the Santekas. What's the old guy at the beginning? of
Lord
Force Awakens.
Santeca? Yeah.
Yeah, his family is mentioned a bunch in the books.
Yeah. Because they're supposed to be like a religious group that basically assists Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they believe in the Force, I guess. And so one of their allies is people who are Jedi. So
They're
And
the
so
light
we're-
side of the acolytes. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what it is.
I mean, he was in Kylo Ren comics. He had a moment in there when Luke encountered the Knights of Ren, which I don't know if you guys have read that particular comic, but if they actually put that in the film, it would have been, the sequels would have been even better because that fight scene is amazing. Like
The Knights
just
were such a missed opportunity.
yeah, and that whole backstory of that with Kylo and Ren and Luke going to find like ancient Jedi artifacts and encounter them, and then Luke taking them all on by himself with ease was like really cool to see. And I really wish they would have put that in the movies.
You think Rey's mom was an ancient Jedi artifact?
What look am I giving you right now, Josh?
The look of How many more times
Josh
Are we
just
gonna
listens
hear-
for a keyword, and then he's, how can I bring
Ray's
this
mom.
back to Ray's mom?
So we need two things on the pot. We need a counter, and how long has it been? Minutes since.
So I didn't put this in the notes, but it's interesting. I was kind of reading over it as we're looking at it. Deep faker YouTuber hired by Disney. Okay, what's all this about? I haven't got to look into it that much, but
I posted the link in the Google Doc. But this happened last week, I think, at the end of last week.
Yeah.
There's, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a good side by side, and I think there's his YouTube videos embedded in the article. But pretty much what he does is he takes Carrie Fisher from Rogue One, and
I've seen these. Yeah.
Luke from end of Mando season 2, and he just improves upon it. And he did such good work that became his audition tape for Lucasfilm, and they went up and scooped him up. So maybe we'll see. We don't have to have Sebastian Stan do Luke. Mark Hamill can still do Luke, and they'll just
Have a
deepfake him
stand-in
really
actor.
well.
Yeah. Or actually, I think because we saw a like a quick little picture earlier this week, and it looked like it was Luke holding Grogu.
with a wig on?
Yeah. So that's pretty freaking awesome that he got to go back.
This thumbnail is I see it everywhere. I've never clicked the video, but it's always like our Luke versus theirs, right? And so this is incredible to hear. I love these kind of stories.
And I think he was like, this is what he does. He is like an academic who will do deep fakes, and so it's not like he's some random YouTuber either. This
Yeah,
is like something
his deep
he's
fakes look phenomenal. Like I've actually seen these before out just like randomly in the wild, like as I'm looking through YouTube. I'm like, oh look, here's a fingernail video. Oh wait, deep fake Luke Skywalker, And
Well, I mean, that could mean
Reading the article as well, he put out his Luke Skywalker deepfake after 4 days. Like, he did it that quick.
what? It's like a special program, right? You upload like hundreds of pictures and it like uses that. I at least I think that's how that
I think
works.
that's for like the
He's probably
standard.
got
I think that's for like
he's
the
probably got a
standard TikTok
proprietary
version deepfake. I think there's some
Ah.
deeper level stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of AI involved in machine learning and that type of thing that goes into it, and he probably has his own proprietary thing that now he can use for Lucasfilms, and maybe we'll get some stuff with Mando season 3 like we were talking about earlier, or maybe we can get some stuff that can fill in the gap between episodes 6 and 7 more.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically telling us they're probably going to have more Luke. I would love to see a spin-off Luke, like where he's just going across the galaxy finding old Jedi art. Like the part in Jedi, did any of you guys play Battlefront 2's campaign? Like
I'm pretty sure I played it.
Been a while,
I
yeah.
love that part where him and Dell meet up and he finds like the little artifact that helped him find what was it? Not Octu. I can't remember. But like it helped him find like it was a specific star map that you couldn't get there without that like relic. And so I would love to see like really cool stuff like that, because I think like us Star Wars fans, like growing up, we always just imagined those types of things in our head. I don't know. It'd be cool.
I think this guy was hired just to get Malik Healy looking like he's on point. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Josh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was his Rancor that Luke killed. He's going to be coming back for revenge. It's got to be in the show.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my god.
We also see that Rancor in Bad Batch. So I mean, you never know.
Not the same one he kills.
Not the one he kills. Apparently it is a different one. So I didn't know that until someone on TikTok was like, no, it's actually a different one. I was like, oh no, you're right. After I looked it up. So, all right, guys. So I guess we're moving into the next part of the cast, which is the fun question for the podcast. This is pulling from old EU or KOTOR, the old Star Wars video game, and how they had different Jedi classes. They had the Consular, the Guardian, and the Sentinel. And I'm throwing one extra one in there, the Jedi Service Corps. which one of these classes would you want to be and why?
I think we need descriptions of the classes before we can decide.
The consular is
Which
someone
one was
who's
Ray's mom? Because that's what I want to be. I got all three of the heads to go down on that one. If you're only listening, all three of them dropped there. There were smiles and also disgust.
I mean, Ray's mom would be the Sentinel, obviously.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So we already kind of discussed the Sentinel. The Guardian is very much like a warrior class Jedi. The one's kind of a frontline Jedi, like a Revan or someone like that.
Blue lightsaber.
Yeah. The consular is someone who is very skilled in combat, but it focuses more on force abilities and kind of more of a diplomatic approach, I guess you could say. The service corps were Jedi who weren't as talented in any of these fields other than like healing and exploration and things like that. So they would kind of
also
go,
super boring at parties.
yes, they would be the guy that plays the piano in the corner and just be like, hey, I'm bored. I'm playing the piano, guys. This is all I know how to do right now. So yeah,
trips though, I got you.
yeah. So which one of those would you want to be? Let's start with Josh. Josh, Mr. Funny Man, Ray's mom, Josh.
You said one of them was pretty much like slice first, ask questions later. That was like the Guardian.
Guardian.
Yeah, that would be me. That would be me. I'll just be like, look, we could talk about this, but you're already split in two.
Or you could talk to my
Sorry.
lightsaber.
Maybe they already had that combo, and now I'm talking to both of you. Right? But there was only one when we started. It's math.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it would have to be Guardian. That's just how I roll. Like, probably would end up deflecting more shots than actually killing anything, because I'd be like, where's everybody else? Why aren't you guys out here yet? So
What about you, Nate?
Probably the counselor.
I can see that.
The more, analytic, the more, try to talk things out as opposed to go and fighting.
Yeah.
Like, Josh, wait, I'm done.
More diplomatic. Like, Josh, wait,
Yes.
put away your saber, Josh.
I can't heal that guy. He's beyond healing now, Josh. Sorry, bro.
Josh, I'm sorry. We're taking your lightsaber. You're going to the Jedi Service Corps now.
You're giving me just a saber knife. It's only like 6 inches long.
You spread the butter on our toast now, okay, man?
It toasted at the same time. It's efficient.
Okay. Crawler, who would you be, bro?
I like the ideas of the thought behind the Sentinels and the fact that they're kind of hiding in plain sight, and sometimes like they're the James Bond or the Sam Fisher of Star Wars land, and I think that's pretty cool. The yellow lightsaber is such a cool thing. Growing up, like before we had yellow lightsabers kind of introduced, I was always a fan of the green lightsaber, the consular, but like that's not my style. I think I would be want to be the spy until it was time to slice and dice, and I'd be more like the Guardian. But yeah, I mean, mainly most of my decisions as a kid was based off the color of the lightsaber. I think most of us probably went that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crawler'd be like, I'll take my blue milk shaken, not stirred.
Oh man.
How about Mule?
Dude, it's going to be Guardian. I mean, Wrecker is my favorite guy in the Bad Batch, and I like to blow stuff up, so it just fits. I'd be like, look, bro, I'd be like the Anakin, basically. I'd be like, look, I'll try to be diplomatic at first, but it's going to be a pretty short diplomatic conversation. Like, then I'm going to start aggressive negotiations with my lightsaber. And that's
you have as much time as it takes for my saber to fully.
Oh, time's engage. Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to head over to Nate's Lore Corner, where Nate's going to give us some interesting Star Wars lore.
This week we have another clone, CC5576, aka Gregor, who we saw in this past week's Bad Batch. We've seen him a few times. He has now shown up in all 3 animated series. We got to see him first in Clone Wars, where he was encountered by Colonel Gaskin and his unit of droids after they were crashed on a planet, and he was basically a dishwasher. He had crashed on a ship from a battle and basically lost his memory, had amnesia, and was taken in by um, what was his name, Borkus, who used him as a dishwasher, hid his armor, and tried to keep him from becoming the clone he really was. But Gaskin and the droids, which this is one of the few droid arcs that is actually decent from Clone Wars. Most of the times you get just droids. It's
Yeah.
not good. This one wasn't too bad, and mainly because of Gregor. But the droids help him regain his memory. He sees something from Rex, and he helps them get off the planet and is presumed dead, which there's a line in this last one, I was blown up and survived, or something like that.
Yes.
And so we see him years later in Rebels with Rex and Wolf hiding out on that walker on the planet, and he's lost a little bit of his mind. He's going a little crazy at that point.
Yeah. One too many hits in the head.
We see him in Bad Batch. He's not quite that far, and he was captured by the Empire. I don't know if capture is the right word, but he was employed by the Empire trying to train the new TK soldiers, and Rex basically asks the Bad Batch to rescue him. And it's kind of nice to see that little bit of that gap. He was blown up in Clone Wars and he's alive in Rebels, so we'll get to see a little bit of that and bridge that gap. But yeah, it's always fun to see those different clones and the different personalities they have, and start to see him descend a little bit into his craziness. And he ends up in the liberation of Lothal in Rebels, and that's where he finally dies. But it's worth it. He's one of Rex's good friends, and so it's just one of the more interesting clones out there.
Yeah, I really liked him.
Yeah,
like even his little kooky laugh. He was just a cool character,
it is also amazing how well Bradley D. Baker, he just can do all the different voices for all those different clones with all the personalities.
That's gotta get confusing.
The whole thing is just the different personalities that he's able to give the same face, pretty much.
I love that he's just listed as the Bad Batch. Like, they don't list all the characters. Like, in the credits, just the Bad Batch.
All of them. All of the above. Yeah. So let's get into Bad Batch, guys. I thought it was the season finale, but apparently it's not, because there's 2 left, because I went on vacation and forget things. But holy crap. What did you guys... And we get to see Scorch! I mean, it was confirmed that was Scorch from... Clone Commandos in the Star Wars game. So what do you guys think about this finale, man? I want to hear where you think it's going to go, too. Or
the
almost
finale for the week.
The finale of the pre-finale.
the finale.
The penultimate episode.
The ultimate that's next to the legitimate that's almost to the finale. What do y'all think?
I thought it was a great episode. Better than the week prior, even though we did get our MHG friend Tom Taylorson as a voice in the one the week before.
Yeah.
But, this one was good and had some interesting consequences at the end, with Hunter being captured and some great sequences. And as always, the music. The music has always been awesome in this. Like, they've done such a good job of bringing in, you hear the klaxons, you hear all sorts of stuff in these episodes. But it'll be interesting to see where the last 2 go. I don't know if we'll see 2 more with this arc, or if it'll just be another 2-episode arc.
Yeah. Crawler, what do you think, man? Or Josh? Josh, you were leaning in. What do you think, Josh?
I was just leaning in to say go, Crawler, because I didn't watch him yet.
What? Josh! You had one job.
No,
I wish I had one job. All I do is work, and then Halo, the beta, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. And here's the thing: I always watch the Bad Batch with my boy Ollie, who's my 125-pound Great Pyrenees Newfoundland mix, and he keeps looking at me like, "When are we watching Bad Batch?" I haven't watched an episode since our last show.
Do you have 4 episodes? Because I want to go talk about.
Then you got like 3 or
Spoil them. It's my own fault. Talk about it. I don't care.
There was a 2-episode arc.
I was just saying
right after. Go ahead.
When we do the Halo Infinite podcast, I'm gonna say, I don't know. I played the beta and I forgot. I only played like 5 hours of it.
Hey, I posted a tweet in our Discord showing effort that the Galactic Star Cruises were happening, right? Like,
That's the amount of preparation Josh did for this podcast this week.
Yeah. Go
No,
ahead,
we
Crawley.
know what Josh's role is on this podcast.
He's playing CSGO. That's what he's doing. Yeah.
Raise
that's at work.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Crawler. You had something more important to say. I'm sorry.
So immediately following last episode that we did, which I think is a month ago now at this point, there was a 2-episode arc that really tied in strongly with Rebels and seeing the fight and the effort to bring peace to Ryloth, and you see young Syndulla and just kind of, and you see Chopper in there as well. And it was a really cool tie-in to a whole 2-episode arc to show how the Empire is trying to utilize current people within like the hierarchy of government to try to subdue the population into accepting the Empire and just what it was. And you kind of see the lead up to what you kind of later discover in Rebels, when and why Syndulla had to leave Ryloth and what went down kind of there.
Yeah,
I did
thought
watch
we
that
were
episode.
halfway.
It was
I
a
think
good
we watched-
episode.
yeah, we were halfway through that arc, I think, when we last
Okay.
recorded. It was more, I think we were talking about what's his face, was he dead or not, the ambassador?
Oh, yeah. And apparently he
wasn't.
was not. Yeah. So they made sure that canon fit, because apparently in one of the older books, he was not dead.
But yeah, that was also a great arc. The one with Sid's losing her place of business for an episode.
That seemed like a random,
It really
just
was.
filler episode.
I think it was trying to solidify their friendship, I guess, because they're probably going to try to make them more bounty hunters. Because I really do think they're going to eventually bring in Boba Fett, you know.
Or
Well,
tie
and
it on walls somehow.
was it this last week's episode? The Kaminoans are packing up and leaving.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except for the
Yes,
one
that's-
politician.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's going to lead
that-
to something
I
probably.
mean, that guy's gone.
I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't hear any blaster fire.
He may have just been thrown in the water and said, "There you go, eat them."
That's
You know,
true.
but
Yeah,
it's definitely leading up to.
So what is with the Bad Batch? Are they just trying to solidify that the Bad Batch doesn't want to kill their brothers, because they are always stunning, always
And that
stunning,
one-
and everyone's shooting at them, and they don't want to kill anybody? Is that just
Yep.
Disney Disneyfying that, or is that
Except
are they
Wrecker.
trying to write it into the lore?
I mean, Wrecker did shoot at them with blasters. He did when he was in the
Is that when he was
ship.
crazy.
No, he was in the ship, and when the door opened when they were trying to jump in, he shot at them, and it wasn't like, I don't know if it was just like a mistake, or if it was intentional that he was shooting at them, because there were TKs and they weren't clones, so he was shooting at them.
So maybe they really aren't trying to hit clones. If they think it's a clone, they'll just stun, even if it takes 5 shots for the one.
I mean, Scorch is a BA, so it took like 5 on him. Yeah, so I don't know.
Although we
mean-
saw the clones kill one of their own when they shot the guy off the edge.
Those were TKs, I think, though,
Okay.
that were shooting. Yeah, I think there was
I also
TKs
like
that
that-
were shooting a commando.
I liked when they were talking to Gregor, and he said he was training him, but like they can't hit anything. Didn't
Yeah.
teach him everything.
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't be very small now, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, I feel like they're leading us up to the big battle that's going to happen on Camino. Like, it just keeps like, I feel like these not the last one, but the one before that and the one before that were more filler. Like, let's give a little bit more meat to the story. But I do kind of wish it was a little more concise now that we only have a few episodes like coming down. I wish there was a little more clarity of what's going to happen.
Not every show's going to be like that. I don't mind these small little arcs that they keep having. That's the way the Clone Wars were.
True.
Do we think this is going to lead up to the 501st and Boba Fett fighting on Camino?
I think it's going to have to. I think
Is that canon
Boba Fett's
still, or is that
it's Legends, but I think like one of the first episodes in Sid's office, you see the prototype Boba Fett helmet. So, you know,
I mean, we've only got 2 left. So I don't know how much they'll be able to do that. Maybe not this season. Maybe
yeah.
next season. I
Is there
don't know.
two more seasons for sure?
Or
Okay, or one more?
I don't know if how many they've been renewed for, but 2 episodes this season. But I want to say it is set for 3. That
That
sounds
would be
right.
a cool build-up if they could do that at the end of season 3 or whatever. Find a
Yeah.
way to work that all the way in and bring that back into canon, because
I
that was
don't-
such a was that part of the
That
OG
was-
Battlefield 2? You did that mission?
Yeah, yeah. Where you had
And
the voiceover.
and
The
Boba Fett was hired for
Yep.
his knowledge of Camino, and
Yeah, because the original Battlefront 2 was all about the 501st.
yeah, there's like a whole voiceover when they get Order 66 and they go into Coruscant and all that stuff and fight the Jedi and everything. So
Yeah, I mean, the end of season 3 almost seems too far away. I would almost prefer to see that maybe end of season 2 and then keep building basically towards Rebels. Because that's kind of the way I see this. It's a bridge between those 2 shows.
I
yeah,
hope there's a callback to Kanan and
I wanna see
somewhere
him.
at the end of season 1 here.
Yeah, I want to see Hondo.
yeah. I will say what they did with Hera was awesome because it felt like a
Mhm.
very Han Solo type feel. Like I was born to fly. Like
Yeah.
you know, just it felt great. And
Will
I do
Will we see Zeb and the Lasat at some point?
maybe, you know, I mean, Filoni brings in all the stuff from Clone Wars and his live actions. And so, I mean, who knows? We may even see Ahsoka at some point, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's
Or
a
Maul.
possibility, or a Maul. Yeah. I mean, if they brought in Maul, that would be dang, you know,
Kind of fill that gap they were supposed to do with the Solo movies.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where it's going to go. So, yes, 2 more episodes, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
any
will
other
watch them.
watch them, Josh.
Yeah,
Watch them.
I will watch them.
So any other closing thoughts here before we wrap up the podcast, guys? Any burning thoughts other than Josh saying Ray's mom?
I wasn't gonna say it, but just for that, I'm going to now.
Yeah.
I'm with Crawler though. I do hope we see more of Kanan, right? I hope there's something there because it felt like it was like cool, but what happened to him between
So have we checked
everything?
Freddie Prinze Jr.'s IMDb page lately?
I mean, we can Google it real quick.
I feel like it would be hard to put Kanan in there in this time frame though, without something separate for him. Like I just don't know how it would fit into the Bad Batch.
And they have to tie in somehow how he got off planet too. I mean,
Because he's
Yeah.
so adverse to clones that he can't trust clones at all during this period.
I'm looking at
Yeah,
his
maybe
IMDb. I don't
season
see
2.
anything.
Yeah. And maybe if Hera comes back, there's somehow to connect to them meeting.
I mean,
don't
you think
know.
there's a chance we'd see him fight Maul?
at that age,
I doubt
No,
it.
Probably
I
not.
don't think he
No.
recognized Maul when he first met him.
He
in
didn't know
Rebels.
Maul. Yeah. He didn't. Only Ahsoka knew him. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah,
interesting,
I could definitely
guys.
see Ahsoka showing up at some point, especially with Rex.
Yeah.
And we
What do
see
you-
Vader.
I see. That's the thing. I think if there was a Rex and a Vader encounter, that would be interesting because Rex and Anakin were so close, like so close.
And Cody.
Let's say I think Cody's going to probably be in the live action Obi-Wan, right?
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Because we need to know.
Well,
what
I
happened
wonder.
to Cody.
I wonder too if there is a chance for Rex and Vader, if it's like one of those things Vader like wipes everybody out, right? Who's ever in the scene. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
pure speculation, but leaves Rex.
Because he recognizes him. Yeah.
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 Well, yeah, and because Filoni was that in the space between time or whatever it was, or when Ahsoka got pulled back, like Anakin became Anakin for just a split second, right? His eyes turned from red back to blue. Was that fight?
Yeah, the World Between Worlds when they're fighting and he turns
Yeah.
and he says Ahsoka and his eyes like kind of
His eyes
bluish.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that could happen again with Rex.
Now, I feel like Rex can't know who Vader is, though.
I don't think he would know, but like he would probably wonder why the heck would Vader not kill
Because
him.
he would tell Ahsoka if he knew.
Yeah. So, well, maybe he wouldn't, just to try to save her. But it's also weird to me too that Rex went with Ahsoka instead of staying with Anakin. You know, like because they were on side by side.
They were on Anakin was on Coruscant at that time.
Yeah, remember Anakin sent.
Oh, that's right.
Mustafar.
That's right. Okay.
He sent Rex with Ahsoka so that she could use the clones to reclaim.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. He probably thought he needed Rex. She needed Rex more than him.
So was the 501st split then at that point?
Yeah, he split and put some of them under Ahsoka.
He made Rex a commander.
Yeah. Commander
Which
Rex.
is still the best arc of Clone Wars.
Yeah. That was so good. So good. Well, I think that about wraps up the podcast for tonight, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you're listening to us out there on the interwebs, I really appreciate it. If you want to watch us live, you can always catch us right here on YouTube at youtube.com/Millhorn Gaming. And if you would visit our website, millhorngaming.com, click on the podcast menu for more great podcasts like this one and the Halo Infinite podcast. They'll be live tomorrow night, where we're going to talk all things Halo. If you like the podcast, make sure you subscribe. Check out the links below to help support us. And guys, always remember,
the Force will be with you, always.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you, Master.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with us all.